Rasasi Hawas is the king. Well, from what everybody's told me, I'm gonna find out today. I recently picked up Shiraz, and the box on Shiraz is much, much better than this one. I have to say, this one, it has just cardboard, and then there's this like cool snake skin pattern on it. It's nice, but I prefer Shiraz box. I am terrified of snakes. I hate them. I hate them all. And this box and this bottle, I guess, is snake. I'm gonna look it up. Does Hawas mean snake? Lust, greed, desire, curiosity, right? So lust, desire, power, whatever it said in Google. So apparently this one came out first. This one came out in 2015. 2015, I was like a baby. Actually, that was the year I had my first ever movie premiere. That was pretty sick. It was in an actual theater. None of the cast and crew showed up. But hey, what are you gonna do? You showed up to the next one. The cap is pretty cool. It's got the snake thing. I hate snakes, but you know, hey, somebody out there likes snakes. And it, you know, so I'm not gonna be bitter. I'm not gonna be a bitter man about it. The atomizer sucks. It's like this wide spray and it just, It smells like a mechanic who has cologne on, but who's just sweaty as hell. Okay, so I pick up the fruit aspects in the top. I'm gonna look at the notes in a little bit here, shortly, but I feel like there's some fruit at the top. Just see, it is very, it's a little bit more natural smelling than Invictus Aqua, I think. But it has some more spicy kind of aspects in here. It's very fresh, obviously. Maybe.
Start fresh.
A lot of citrus at the top, maybe some lemon and some bergamot mixture, and then some kind of fruity aspect. Maybe pineapple, maybe black currant, and then I'm gonna say some random ass cinnamon or some like nutmeg, because there's like that tang in the top. I'm not sure. I'm throwing that out there. But I do get the freshness, the aromatic nature that Invictus Aqua has, definitely. But Invictus Aqua came out in 2016, and this is 15, so this is not a clone, per se, but it's a take on the Invictus DNA. My first impressions with not looking at the notes or not looking at anything, it's very nice. It is very nice. A massive complimenting getting fragrance for sure. I don't see that this is going to offend anybody, really. There's like a spicy soap character too, in like deep down. Behind all that freshness, behind all those citrus notes, there's that soapy vibe. Let's look up the notes and let's get a little bit more in depth here. Apple, bergamot, cinnamon. I'm learning. Lemon, watery notes, plum. I don't like plum, okay? I hate plum. Plums are weird. They're weird. The note of plum just kind of turns me off from a lot of fragrances. Comes across very like dense and overbearing most times. Orange blossom, cardamom. I originally said like a nutmeg. I think cardamom is like what's giving it that spicy aspect. It's fresh spicy, really. Ambergris, musk, driftwood, and patchouli. I'm not mad at it. I love this kind of DNA, and it's different too from Acqua di Gio Absolute, Invictus Aqua. It leans a little bit more on the spicy aspects, and there's a little bit more fruity aspects. Honestly, it smells so much more authentic and real than those other two. Invictus Aqua and Absolute Acqua di Gio kind of rely more on the synthetic nature of the fragrance. Formula. This one I feel has a little bit more natural smelling, notes in there. Really, the fruits really come through, the citruses really shine through, and it doesn't lean too much on the synthetic side. Don't get me wrong, it's not a natural smelling fragrance by any means, but it feels a lot more natural than these two. It's a hype beast. A lot of people love it and a lot of people rave about it. A lot of people say that it gets heavy compliments, and that's just the nature of the game. It's such a pleasant opening too. I just sprayed it back on my hand and it's so pleasant. It's so pleasant. After spending some time with Hawas, I love it. This thing is so powerful too, and it lasts on my skin all day. I wore it to work 2 times, and I loved every second of it. Though it is similar to like something like this. This is Invictus Aqua, but this has so much better character in it. Invictus Aqua is one of my favorites. It has my name written all over it. It's fresh, it's, you know, versatile, aquatic, it's beautiful. I've worn a lot of it. But this one comes in and steals the show. Seriously, Invictus Aqua has been dethroned, seriously, for me. So why has it been dethroned? There's some spicy nuances in here, and so it gives this one so much more of a rich character that is just very well developed in the life of the fragrance. Aqua. You're gonna get like a fresh fabric softener, like very marine, aquatic, but it leans a little bit more into the fresher vibe. By no means is this a total spice fragrance. No means at all. These two are fresh and clean, like fresh and clean fragrance. Non-offensive, everyday wears, and beautiful stuff. I wore this, I got 2 compliments in the first wearing of it, so I was thrilled on that. Both times was from the gas station, and yes, this thing is so good. It has that just relaxing, fresh vibe to it. You know you smell great with this. There's nothing bad about this, really. I wore this in the cooler weather too, so it was about 31 degrees here when I wore it. Second time I wore it, it was in the high 40s. So it was in the cooler weather. I got 2 compliments. You can't really go wrong when it comes to fresh fragrances. I'm going to give this a rating, an 8 out of 10. This is some serious stuff. It is super fresh. It's so much cheaper than Invictus Aqua 2018. And it just there's more bubblegum sweetness with this one, and then there's more spicy aspects with this one. It's just stunning. It has really, for me, dethroned it. If you guys like fragrance related content, hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you back. Nothing but fragrance related content here on the channel. If that sounds interesting to you, subscribe.